Children on bicycles should be given extra space by motor vehicle operators because a. They do not have the same physical reflexes as adults. b. They are smaller and more difficult to see than adults. c. Both of the above. c. Both of the above. Children are often the least predictable pedestrians and the most difficult pedestrians to see. Take extra care to look out for children, especially near schools, bus stops, playgrounds, parks, and ice cream trucks. Be aware of children riding bikes on the sidewalk, as they may come onto the road unexpectedly. When you approach an octagonal sign, you must a. Slow. b. Stop. c. Turn. b. Stop. An octagonal, 8-sided, sign always means, stop. Come to a complete stop. Yield to traffic and pedestrians that have the right of way, and proceed when the way is clear. When you see this sign, you should a. Watch for traffic merging from the right. b. Merge right. c. Turn left. Use your headlights on rainy, snowy, or foggy days. a. To keep your engine warm. b. So others can see your vehicle. c. To warn others of bad weather conditions. b. So others can see your vehicle. On rainy, snowy, or foggy days, it may be difficult for other drivers to see your vehicle. Under these conditions, headlights make your vehicle easier to see. If the weather requires you to turn on your windshield wipers, you must also turn on your low-beam headlights.
Want to ace your DMV test? Click on the link below and get your guaranteed cheat sheet.
Using a handheld wireless communication device to read, type, or send written communication while operating a motor vehicle is a. A primary offense. b. A secondary offense carrying a fine between $50 and $100. c. A secondary offense carrying a fine between $200 and $500. d. Not a traffic violation in Nebraska. c. A secondary offense carrying a fine between $200 and $500. It is a secondary offense to use a handheld wireless communication device to read, type, or send written communication while operating a motor vehicle. Violation of this law carries a fine between $200 and $500. When backing up. a. Look through the rear window. b. Press hard on the gas pedal. c. Rely only on your rear-view mirror. a. Look through the rear window. When backing up, place your right arm on the back of the passenger seat and look directly through the rear window. Do not depend on your rear-view or side mirrors as mirrors do not show directly behind your vehicle. Only drive in reverse at a low speed. Only fill in the blank can reduce blood alcohol content, BAC, and alcohol's effects on the body. a. Drinking caffeine. b. Eating foods high in fat. c. Time. c. Time. Only the passage of time can remove alcohol and its impairing effects from the body. You are approaching an intersection where a traffic signal is displaying a steady yellow light. If you have not already entered the intersection, you should a. Speed up to beat the red light. b. Reduce your speed and proceed carefully through the intersection. c. Come to a safe stop. C. Come to a safe stop. At an intersection controlled by a steady yellow light, you should bring your vehicle to a safe stop. If you are already within the intersection when the light changes from green to yellow, continue through the intersection at a safe speed. You have stopped for a train at a railroad crossing. After the train passes, you should A. Wait for signal lights to stop flashing. B. Look for a second train. C. Both of the above. C. Both of the above. Even after a train passes, watch out for a second train approaching on any track. Do not proceed until all gates have been lifted and all warning signals have stopped flashing. When turning left at an intersection. A. You should always yield to oncoming traffic and pedestrians. B. Oncoming traffic and pedestrians should yield to you. C. You should never yield to oncoming traffic and pedestrians. A. You should always yield to oncoming traffic and pedestrians. When turning left at an intersection, yield the right-of-way to oncoming traffic and pedestrians. Once the intersection is clear and applicable signals allow, you may complete the turn. A steady green light at an intersection means that you A. Must slow down and prepare to stop. B. Must stop and check for oncoming traffic before proceeding. C. May drive through the intersection if the road is clear. D. May not turn right. C. May drive through the intersection if the road is clear. A steady green light means you may drive through the intersection if the road is clear. You may also turn right or left on a steady green light unless a sign prohibits the turn. When turning, you must yield to other vehicles and pedestrians within the intersection. Never park a vehicle. A. In front of a public or private driveway. B. Within 20 feet of a crosswalk at an intersection. C. Within 30 feet of any flashing signal located on the side of the roadway. D. All of the above. D. All of the above. There are a number of locations where it is prohibited to stop or park your vehicle. Among these locations are in front of a public or private driveway, within 20 feet of a crosswalk, and within 30 feet of any stop sign, flashing signal, yield sign, or other traffic control device located on the side of the roadway. This sign means A. You are approaching the end of a divided highway. B. You are approaching the beginning of a divided highway. C. The road will be slippery ahead. B. You are approaching the beginning of a divided highway. This sign indicates that a divided highway begins ahead. Keep to the right of the median divider. You may legally block an intersection. A. If you entered the intersection on the green light. B. During rush hour traffic. C. Under no circumstances. C. Under no circumstances. Even if the light is green, you may not enter an intersection unless you can get completely across before the light turns red. If you block the intersection, you can be cited. It is unlawful to A. Pass a school bus that is using its flashing red lights and has its stop arm extended. B. Pass within 100 feet of any intersection. C. Pass within 100 feet of any railroad crossing. D. All of the above. D. All of the above. There are a number of situations where it is unlawful for drivers to pass. drivers may not pass a school bus that is loading or unloading children. Passing is prohibited within 100 feet of a railroad crossing, within 100 feet of an intersection, and within any other designated no passing zone. Blue traffic signs offer information on A. Motorist services. B. Construction and maintenance. C. Mileage information, such as distances to specific locations. A. Motorist services. Blue signs on the roadway are service signs. They are used to provide information about motorist services, such as upcoming rest areas, food options, or nearby hospitals. If your wheels drop off the pavement and onto the shoulder of the road, you should A. Brake hard and turn sharply back onto the pavement. B. Stop your car on the edge of the road. C. Slow down and very carefully turn back onto the pavement. D. Maintain your speed and turn sharply back onto the pavement. C. Slow down and very carefully turn back onto the pavement. If your wheels drop off the pavement and onto a low shoulder, you should reduce your speed without braking and very carefully turn back onto the pavement. Be aware of any nearby traffic when re-entering the road. This road sign means A. Steep grade ahead. B. The road ahead winds with a series of turns or curves. C. Slippery when wet. C. Slippery when wet. Warning signs provide notice to road users of a situation that might not be readily apparent and are usually yellow with black markings. This sign warns drivers to be careful when driving under wet conditions, as the pavement will become slippery and more difficult to navigate safely. To improve visibility lowered by rain or fog, drivers should use their A. Low beam headlights. B. High beam headlights. C. Parking lights. A. Low beam headlights. Use low beam headlights when driving in rain, snow, sleet, or fog. High beam headlights in adverse weather conditions lower visibility by reflecting off the precipitation and back into the driver's eyes. Drivers turning left must yield to A. Oncoming vehicles traveling straight or turning right. B. Passing cars. C. No one in particular. A. Oncoming vehicles traveling straight or turning right. Drivers making a left turn must yield to all vehicles approaching from the opposite direction. This includes bicycles and motorcycles. Crossbuck signs indicate A. Railroad crossings. B. School zones. C. No passing zones. D. Hospitals. A. Railroad crossings. Crossbuck signs tell drivers to yield to trains at a railroad crossing. Drivers should not try to outdrive a train. Driving at night requires increased caution because A. Traffic moves faster at night. B. There is a larger volume of traffic at night. C. Drivers cannot see as well at night. D. Accidents occur more frequently at night. C. Drivers cannot see as well at night. Because it is dark, drivers cannot see as well at night as they can during the day. From 1/2 hour after sunset until 1/2 hour before sunrise, or at any other time when persons or vehicles are not visible for 500 feet, drivers must use their headlights. It is illegal for a person 21 years of age or older to drive with a minimum blood alcohol concentration (BAC) of A. 0.05%, B. 0.08%, C. 0.02%, D. 0.1%, B. 0.08%. For drivers age 21 or older, it is illegal to operate a motor vehicle with a blood alcohol concentration (BAC) of 0.08% or higher. Driving while under the influence of alcohol is not only illegal, but dangerous. Which of the following must you obey over the other three? A. A steady red light. B. A police officer. C. A stop sign. D. A flashing red light. B. A police officer. Directions given by traffic officers take precedence over signs, signals, and pavement markings. People authorized to direct traffic include police officers, fire police, highway work area flag persons, and school crossing persons. The best thing to do if you become tired while driving is to A. Stop to rest or change drivers. B. Drink coffee. C. Open a window. A. Stop to rest or change drivers. If you become tired while driving, it is best to stop to rest or change drivers. Being tired dulls your mind and slows down your reactions, making driving hazardous.